Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish,
keep
guys.
all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
Welcome back, guys. Leicester City 1, Liverpool 0. Liverpool dropped points in what should have been a win. Just put no bones about it. Leicester's team was depleted. They played Ndidi and Amati as centre backs. Poor result. Terrible goal to concede. Wasteful. No urgency. Yeah, it's not good. I don't really have much to add to that, Jeff. I don't know about you.
No, you're right, brother. I don't. It was a sorry ass performance from a sorry ass team today. Simple as that. Right. If you really deep the situation, having the extra time off should have helped. They were only 24 hours removed from their last game or whatever it was. They were probably exhausted. That was just a shit show. Let's not even beat around the bush. It was a shit show. It was a shower of shit. And it's what it is.
Should we go into player ratings then?
I'm just trying to think, is there anything that needs to be addressed in terms of starting lineup? I don't have a problem with it. I know some people are trying to say it was a bad lineup. It wasn't a bad lineup. That lineup definitely was capable of winning. People who had a problem with Ox playing, I don't understand. Ox had a brilliant game against Leicester in our last game. And he was one of the reasons why we beat them in the cup. We haven't played since, so it wasn't like he had a bad game in between. So to make it out like him playing was a problem, I think is very harsh or it's very agenda driven. I want to know where Thiago is, just out of curiosity. I just want to know where he is. We get these random things that happen with Thiago where he'll play and he'll play well and he'll have a patch of games where he will play well and we're like, this is Thiago. And then something random will happen and we just don't see him for ages. And no one even says anything to us. Where is he? Where is he? It's so weird. And yeah, it was just...
apparently Thiago and Taki had muscle soreness or minor muscle soreness, apparently. Yeah, so I guess that's what it was. I know I'm going to get cussed for this. Until the title race is over mathematically or it's completely unassailable, I'm not going to give up on it. I still don't think we'll necessarily win it, but I'm not giving up on it.
But it's over, though. Even though you're not going to give up, it's over.
I'd say there's a high chance we're not winning it now.
We're 9 points behind in December.
We're not 9 points yet, Drift. We can't give them points that they haven't won yet.
You think City are battering
Brentford? No, but it's not just that, Drift. We can't not give ourselves points potentially as well. We can't give them points and say we're going to lose our game in hand as well. So at the moment, it's 6 points. We can only see what we see right now. Can they take the tape?
No, that's not what I'm doing. We have the game in hand, but they're 9 points. So regardless of whether we have a game in hand or not, they are 9 points ahead of us. We're not catching it. And we're not beating Chelsea. We'll talk about that for the preview. We're not beating Chelsea. So, title done. But, obviously, we try. We'll never give up. Title done now. Anyone who's got any sense, deep down, even if you don't say it out loud, which I respect, knows it's over. Title's done.
Yeah, I'm not optimistic about winning the league, put it that way.
City don't even have weaknesses. We can't even do what we did with Chelsea where we're like, oh, but one or two guys, you never know. they lose 1 or 2 guys. Above City could lose 6 or 7 guys and they got fucking replacement.
I'm not
Like,
gonna
there's
say
no
we won't-
weakness in that.
I don't think we can sit here right now and say we can't beat Chelsea. I'm not gonna say that, Drift.
No, I'm not saying we
That's-
can't beat them. I'm saying we won't beat them. It's a way. We don't really play that well at Stamford Bridge. And the fact that we look tired now, what we're going to look like against Chelsea?
Last season, we beat them at Stamford Bridge. And the
What was
season
last-
before, we
That
beat
was
them at Stamford
Lampard
Bridge.
tax, bro. That was Lampard tax.
We beat the last 2 times we played them at Stamford Bridge in the league, we've beaten them.
Have we?
Yeah. Beat them 19-20 and beat them 20-21.
Well, then they're due a beating on us anyway. Then.
Yeah. I'm not saying we're losing to Chelsea just yet. I think that's a bit reactionary based on the game.
I can't see us beating Chelsea.
It's not like Chelsea have been good themselves, bro.
No, I hear that, but I just don't see us beating Chelsea. Not with the guys are going off the AFCON, playing like that. We look tired.
We've got the African players for the Chelsea game.
No, but they're going off the AFCON. I'm even wondering that them. I said it to you during the game, and them man, they're already thinking about going to that tournament because all our African players today were the worst players on the pitch, while maybe 1 or 2 others. So it's like, what's going on? You know what I mean?
I don't think there's much more to add in the game. We just didn't take our chances. And Lutman's goal, Henderson, ball watching. Trent gets turned too easy on the halfway line. Lutman runs past Henderson. Should never be happening. And then Virgil doesn't close the angle enough, and then Ali's getting beat at the near post. Like, you got 4 players at fault for 1 goal. That's poor. Like, it's really poor. I'm going to read out some of these super chats. So Kezi says competing against Chelsea means having a near perfect every match. Mistakes get magnified. When Salah doesn't register a goal or assist, we seem not to win. That needs to kind of be addressed. That does, to be fair.
That's not true because Salah went 5 games without scoring and we won the game.
No, goal or an assist.
Oh, I don't remember if he assisted in all that.
I'm pretty sure he did. Mr. Dare I Say It Drift says Taki got Rona or is injured. He wasn't on the bench. It's an injury, apparently, Mr. Dare I Say It Drift. Daniel FC says, I worry how dominant City are. Need 95 points plus now. Yeah. Sultan says, I'm frustrated, man, that they look like they haven't played for ages. It was like you're playing FIFA with no chemistry, just poor, man. Agreed. Mr. Dare I Say It Drift says, left centre midfield, Thiago, Curtis, Naby, right centre midfield, Hendo, Ox, Millie, Simple. Yeah, I mean, I love Milner to bits, but why Milner's coming on in this game, I just don't know. I really don't understand that one. Like, Klopp, for me, he's got... Well, I'll give my rating for Klopp later, but I love Klopp as well, but he's not above being questioned, in my opinion. And that is something we need to question. A couple people in the chat just want to give a shout out to Saint LFC TV. Make sure you go and subscribe to Saint LFC TV and also 8092 Reds podcast. Go and check out Rick and Luke over there. 2 great Liverpool channels. Please go and check them out and support them just like you support us, please, guys. They deserve it. Ronaldinho the GOAT says this is on Klopp. Ox, Hendo together is diabolical. Without Thiago, Keita in midfield, we are poor. Anyone notice when Salah is off? So are we. Seems like it. I mean, we speak about Keita. Keita didn't cover himself in glory today.
Oh, Keita was shocking today.
Like, Ox played better than Keita today.
Yep. Right.
Like, YUFC says, United fan here. Sorry, I'm late. Just grabbing some popcorn and some Twizzlers. Over 30 years in a single Premier League title to show for it. Wasting VVD, Salah, and Klopp. I want to come back with something horrible.
I mean, I love the way you conveniently forget about the 3 European Cups, the 2 FA Cups, the 4 League Cups. But yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah, the 1 Premier League one, no Drift, he's got a point. He or
she's
got a point.
People act like that's the only trophy that's available. That's what I'm saying. You can't.
It's the Holy Grail, though, Drift. It is the Holy Grail. Same thing. Yeah, but we beat. Well, you've said a few times that Alex Ferguson only won 2 Champions Leagues in 26 years. or however long he was there.
It's terrible.
Same applies to us.
No, we got 6, bro. So at least we still got more in the tank.
No, but we talk about the league though, Drift. Like they can use argument.
Oh
for
no,
the
but that
league,
was
we can use it for the Champions League.
I was talking about the fact that it was Ferguson the whole time. We've had like how many managers?
Still the club though. Mr. Sarah Sadriff says we'll beat both City and Chelsea, but we'll drop points to Watford and lose to Norwich. I wouldn't even surprise me. BC says City have got weaknesses. I mean, look, when they lost Laporte, I know they've added players, but it shows they have frailties like any other team, in my opinion. Yeah, every team has weaknesses. It's just other teams are weaker than City. That's the problem. So, like, gotta shout out to the main man, the man of the hour. Can't be salty because he came in here when they lost as well. Shout out to Lee Chappie in a Jose voice, says, if I speak, I'm in trouble. Big up yourself, Lee. Congratulations. I have to keep the same energy, Lee. You came in there when you lost against us and you're here when you win. So big up to yourself, bro. Make sure you guys go over and support Lee's channel as well. The real Jamie Vardy. D-Dub says, front three was shocking tonight. Hendo's legs gone. Taji says, Cow Drift, does it look to you guys like that VVD is just too easy? Is it because Matip is a defender why we won't have him as our best player? I don't get that.
What, as in, because Matip's a defender, is that why we can't say he's our best? As in, like, he does really perform well, kind of thing.
Oh no, I think everyone knows Matip's been brilliant this season. I just think Salah's been our best player. Like, I don't think we can use this game and then take away everything else Salah's done so far this season.
I think I know what he means about saying VVD. Say, like, for me, VVD didn't play bad today or anything, but the one thing I don't like about Virgil that sometimes looks brilliant, but other times you think, nah, it's not like the right place or time, is his nonchalance. Like, when it pulls off, it makes him look absolutely brilliant. And I like the fact that he never looks panicked, how like a Maguire does or anything, where he's just all over the place or whatever. But you see, like today, even, it was like the 93rd minute, and he had the ball at the halfway line, and he's still taking his time. And it's like, well, Virgil, you just really take your time with everything in it. Like, there's 2 minutes left in the game, big man. What are you taking your time about? Like, you got the ball at your feet, but do something. And it's like, I just think he's very nonchalant in general, and it's what makes him great. But it can also really annoy you as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. King of Pogu says, Rafinha and Jan, time to move Mane on. He's done. We ain't getting Rafinha, bro. Sorry to break it to you, man. We ain't getting Rafinha. I thought I'd see Aaron pop up in the chat. I'm sure I'm getting cooked in the WhatsApp group as well. Late Christmas present. We'll see you on Sunday, Aaron. Sam OA says, we have to dead this title talk. These men can't be trusted to win games like this. Mane can bounce to AFCON. Max Kellerman says, title race is still on. Patient, my peeps, patience. I mean, we can stay patient, bro, but City ain't really the patient type. You have to look at your competition. City ain't a team that really let up. If this was any other team, I'd be all right. I'd be like, yeah, you know what, 6 points, you can easily make that up. But we've seen City, we've seen what they do when they get in a lead. Like, they are the Usain Bolt of the Premier League. Once they get in a lead, you ain't catching them. You're just not catching them. They are that good with it. Monkey King says, people slandering players and saying they should leave the club are disgraceful. I get it, it's an L, but it was more than one or two that were poor today.
The whole team was poor today, apart from Matip.
I disagree. We'll get to that in player ratings. Johnny 10 Gun says, teams just roll over for City, play us like Madrid. Yeah, but that's on us to roll teams over and have that fear factor as well. AM says, Klopp taking off Fabinho. We're losing and he's more worried about the next game. Shake my head. I don't know what he was thinking. I agree with that. Sultan says, how is a Man U fan talking when they were lucky yesterday? You got peppered by Newcastle fam.
Oh, yeah, let them talk. Yeah. There's Arsenal fans in here and nobody's got any self-awareness, bro. Let them talk. It's full. Unless there's a City fan in here, it doesn't make sense. Like to just let them talk. Self-awareness is not a regular thing,
I
bro.
mean, this is football, though. This is what happens. We've got to take it when it happens. When we take an L, we've got to take the L in all aspects.
No, that's true. But like he said, he's got a point. Like, you know, just have a little self-awareness. Like, you know what I mean?
Joanna says, we missed Thiago dictating today. Agreed. Jeannie Houdini says, I'm sorry, 1 Premier 1 Champions League with this group of players is underwhelming. Love this team, but I want more City. Have killers on the bench. We have Milner.
You know what? Let me just say something.
Sorry, let me get through super chat straight. I don't want to get them piling up.
Remind me though, because I'm gonna forget that.
Kai Lewis says City will be 12 points clear before Chelsea game. Great to see Mane and Mo at AFCON already. Title done. Not even gonna get excited right now. Then be mad in May. Callum says time under Klopp has been 60% missed opportunities. Spent too much time backing average players and stingy owners. Massive waste. Conversation to be had there still. Slyros1 says depressing, knowing second half of the season is pretty much done. He better go for 2 cups, and of course we can win the Champions League. City are just too good. Nino says it's just one of those days. We had bad finishing. I wouldn't worry about City right now. We just have to take it one game at a time. Dean says Klopp keeps showing lack of tactics, flexibility. Man City is not the best squad, but Pep is the GOAT. Klopp needs to start spending more to win us more. I would argue City do have the best squad, in my opinion. BC says rival fans talking about us winning 1 title. We took the title from the best team in Premier League history. Where's United and Arsenal and challenging, only us stepping up? And that's very true as well.
Right.
That is very true. Because Arsenal aren't even challenging Tottenham right now still. So yeah, big up to the Arsenal fans in there. Kadir says, breaks my heart to see Mane is not the player anymore. Also, how can Matip be our best ball carrying player? Yeah, that's one that's going to keep on baffling me. Ahmed says, why is Mane always off balance when shooting? Rahil says, the title ain't done. We can't give up. That's what City want. Mane and Bobby aren't world class anymore. Needed a new forward in the summer to make up for their drop off. But I'm sick of saying this every summer. Yeah. Ason says, in my opinion, Taki's finishing could help in the starting 11. Go on, Jeff. What were you going to say, bro?
Yeah, I was just going to say, even though we would love to win more trophies, and obviously as Liverpool, we should win more trophies just based on who we are. I really don't like when I hear people say, only 1 Premier League, only 1 Champions League. Like, I think that's when we're getting a bit entitled. So I just want people to just calm down with that talk. Yes, we should have done more. Yes, we could have done more. And yes, if Klopp was back, we probably would have done more. But let's not do the whole only one. We didn't win an FA Cup and a League Cup. We won a Champions League and a Premier League. And it was in different seasons. I just don't like when we do we only won this, we only won that, or the shade when someone else tries to go, we only. Like, for me, City is the most dominant team we've ever seen in Premier League history. Forget the long stretch Fergie had where he was more dominant over a period of time. If we're just talking about as in an isolation, Pep, since he came to City, is the most dominant we've ever seen a team in the league. They've got 100 points, broke the Centurion thing. They scored 100 goals. Then they've got the 98 points. Like, they've just been like ruthless. They're going to get well into the 90s again this season. They've been to a Champions League final. Like, they are easily the most dominant Premier League team. And we have had to compete with that, not just even financially, even on the pitch. Like, even if Klopp had been given a couple of extra players, this was still a hard battle to go up against the best manager in the world with the most dominant team that the Premier League's had. So we've still done well. Just try and keep a little bit of perspective when you go only 1 league, only 1 Champions League. Like, hold on, guys. They are major achievements. There are teams who've never won a Champions League in their entire history. And we're just going to go only 1 Champions League. Like
All right,
I don't like that. But
all right, but here's where I spin it though, Drift, because I see what you're saying and I agree with it, but at the same time, Drift, I have to sit here and I have to say I agree with people saying that as well, because if I was to put it in a different way, Mike Tyson, for example, Mike Tyson was an undisputed heavyweight champion, the youngest undisputed heavyweight champion. But we can also sit here and say Mike Tyson didn't achieve what he really should have achieved because of external factors, right?
it was obviously a little bit different. But
No,
yeah.
no, but yeah, but you know what I mean, though, Drift. But like Mike Tyson should have been, without shadow of a doubt, the absolute greatest heavyweight boxer of all time. But he wasn't. So despite him achieving that, he still didn't hit the heights of what he should have. Look, winning the Premier League and the Champions League, phenomenal, especially back-to-back seasons, phenomenal. But Drift, the problem is we should have done more. We had
I
we
do
had
get
to
where
have
you're
done
coming
more.
from.
And
The only
again,
difference,
no,
Carl, with your
no, but
analogy,
let me land, Drift.
nobody was in Tyson's way but himself.
No, but whether and you can
We
argue
had
this.
someone in our way, Kyle. It wasn't
No.
like we were great, but we just messed up.
No,
But this City team's impeccable, bro.
Is it impeccable though, Drift, or is it
It
that we
is,
just
bro.
no?
They're about to do 4 titles in 5 years, Kyle.
Yes, and Drift, I'm gonna ask you, why haven't we done a bit more off the field to make something more happen? Why hasn't Klopp done a bit more in terms of pressing to get more players? Why hasn't there been more rotation over the years? Because we've not had the players to do it. So this is my point. This is my point. Let's say, for example, we did buy 2 players after the Champions League final win. Let's say we did buy 2 more players this summer just gone. We might not be having this conversation right now because we could be 6 points clear of City right now, saying, "Raw, we're about to do it again, you know, you man. Let's run away with it and let's potentially try and win a Champions League again." So again, Drift, I hear where you're coming from. And I don't want to sit here and sound like I'm not grateful for those trophies, because God knows I am. But when I look at the fact that we've got the best manager in world football, I think we've got the best goalkeeper in world football, I think we've got the best right back, I think we've got the best left back, the best centre back, the best DM, the best captain, or top 3 captain, shall I say. We've got Mo, who's the best right winger. We had Mane, who was the best left winger, and we had a Bobby, who was the best false 9. That is my issue. When you've got all those players together at the same time, plus the management, plus the fans, plus the nostalgia of the club, we should have got more.
I know, but we can't sound entitled and act like what we did wasn't good
It's
enough.
not entitled, Drift. It's not
I
entitled.
think it is entitled to say only one Champions League,
It's
only
not
one
entitled,
Premier League.
Drift.
Now, there's people who don't win them things, bro. So I'm just saying,
yeah,
I
but they
get
don't
it.
win them. They don't win them because they don't have what we have. We've got all the things in place to win those things. We just needed a bit more, Drift, and we never got it. Instead of
I know, but
Adrian,
we're
we
up
could have got
against the
someone
beast,
else.
and I think people are losing sight of that.
All right, but Drift, we got knocked out of the Champions League in 1920. Why? Because of Adrian, bruv. And again, I'm not even trying to drag him under the bus. The City don't have an Adrian in their team, bro.
No, I get that logic. I do get that logic. I'm just saying, let's not be entitled and act like what we achieved wasn't good.
All right, Drift.
18, like, because we didn't get more.
18-19, we missed out on Fekir, right? You're telling me we couldn't have found anyone else in world football who could have been a creative player or goal scorer that season? But we signed a Fekir or any other player, bro, we win the league.
Every time we don't do well, we can't always just pile on FSG and go.
No, I'm not piling on FSG because Klopp's in this as well. But I'm just saying, for what you've been saying, like, we're not entitled for saying we should have won more. Bro, Klopp should have rotated more over the years, and some of these players wouldn't be as burnt out as they are now. I said this on the stream the other day about Klopp, and I got drilled, bro. I got called FSG in now. I'm FSG cow, some people are saying. Klopp's gonna get it from me tonight. He's not getting away with it anymore.
I don't like when as a fan base we say we only won this and we only won that. That's all I'm saying, because those were the biggest things you can win in world football. And it's a bit like, I don't know, entitled. I just don't like hearing it. We should have won more. I get that.
Drift, would you agree that this is the best squad we've had in our lifetimes?
Yeah, most probably, yeah.
The best manager in our lifetimes.
Yeah, most probably.
So why shouldn't we expect more, my bro?
Because Guardiola's better and City are better.
No, Guardiola has better resources, bro. I'm not even.
No, but I'm not gonna lie. Guardiola is slightly better of a manager than Klopp. I love Klopp to death, but I'm not gonna be biased. I think Pep is just slightly better than Klopp.
All right, but even if he's slightly better than Klopp, if he's let's say a little bit better than Klopp. If he's got more resources, then he's way better than, isn't he? He's in a way better
His
situation.
resources help him.
So that's what I'm saying. And again, I'm not
Klopp
even
doesn't
saying
help himself by doing the silly things.
No,
either.
I agree, but let's not act like Pep doesn't do the silly thing. But the difference with Pep is Pep can get away with it because Pep did the silly thing in the Champions League final, but he gets away with it because man won the league already.
Mm.
When we're playing Champions League finals, is that or nothing. When we win the league, it's that or nothing.
But there you go, though, Bob. Like you said, he gets away with it because he won the
why?
league.
But
he
why?
won the league, bro.
Because
This
he's got the
saying,
squad,
like,
bruv. He's got the squad. Bruv, no one here was sitting here saying we could win the League Cup until Man City got knocked out. Why is that? Because man's got the squad. He's got the squad to do it.
No, I hear that. I
FA
just don't
Cup,
like
people
sitting there
look
and blaming
down at the fact that he wins
every
League Cups and
time
FA
we lose
Cups.
a game.
Do you know what Pep's done that I don't think Klopp's done in this team? Breed a winning mentality like that. Where you take every single game as we want to win because we want to win the end destination.
One thing I will say as well that I want to give that people don't give Guardiola credit for. When you have a squad, it isn't as easy as you just put that player in and he plays well. So you also have to credit Guardiola for the fact that when he brings in a guy, that guy still performs. Because it's very hard to take a player from the cold and bring him in and he just slips in like he's always been there. And we see that when we make changes. We look all disjointed because the guys coming in don't look as good.
I agree. I check this though, Drift, yeah? Defensively this season, have we looked weak when we've rotated Kanate in or Gomez in?
No, not really. No.
Oh, right. Why is that, bro? Because we've got quality in those positions, innit?
Although we do keep on giving away a lot of chances, though.
No, but that's not my point, though, Drift. When Robbo comes out of the team and Costas comes in, do we look like we have a massive drop-off in that position, bro?
No.
All right, then why is that, brother? Because we got the depth in those positions, bro. But when Salah is dropped or can't play, when Mane can't play, when Jota can't play, what happens, bro?
Yeah, but they were playing today, so we can't make an excuse.
No, but this is what I'm saying, bro. You see, if Mahrez, Sterling, and Gabriel Jesus are the front three, but Man City are drawing that game on 60 minutes, who have they got on their bench, bro? They've got a Grealish. They had a Ferran Torres. They got a Bernardo Silva who they can pop up front. They got a Foden. We don't have that, bro.
No, I get that.
And look, I'm not even trying to diminish
them man
what Pep's done.
were all playing today, bro. So how do we explain today? Like,
no, but everyone's allowed an off day. It's annoying, but we're human beings. Everyone's allowed an off day. Difference at City, bro, is when they have an off day, they can look at their bench and go, right, you're having an off day, then this man can come in. They can go, right, Walker's not playing well, let's throw Cancelo over there.
So do you kind of believe, and for the people in the chat as well, that literally whenever we lose a game, it's the squad's fault?
No, today was on Klopp and the players. Today is fully on Klopp and the players. But I'm saying as an overall of Liverpool potentially only winning one Champions League and one Premier League in Klopp's entire tenure, it is not good enough. And that falls, in my opinion, on the owners and and some on Klopp as well for not being more ruthless in his approach. Yeah. Bruv, we are sitting here the best manager in the world, in my opinion. And even if you say he's not the best manager, he's in the top two.
Yeah. Only Pep's better than him.
We've got the best centre-back in the world by a distance. This man had to do up Ben Davies and flipping Kabak last season. That's on the owners. That's not on Jurgen. But when Jurgen's coming out at the beginning of the season and saying, what, midfield? We've got Curtis Jones, we've got Harvey Elliott, we've got Naby Keita, we've got Ox. That's on Klopp. There is no one else to blame because Klopp is defending, man, that he should be defending. Whether he believes it or not, keep that to your damn self. I don't want to hear it. Do not want to hear it. Because it's not on. It's not on. Should have been way more celebrations in this period, bro. We didn't even get a title parade, bro.
What we won wasn't good enough. That's
I'm
all
not, bro. But Drift, we didn't even get a title parade. Last season, we should have won it back to back and said, yeah, back to back. Back to back. How many players did City sign last summer, bro? And they caught us up and took over. because we were arrogant enough for not buying a centre back, a proper centre back. We had to sell a centre back to bring in a left back. Never seen Guardiola have to do that. Guardiola lost Laporte for a season, and the season after that, man got flipping Ake and Diaz. 100 mil and 2 centre backs. There you go. This summer, he's going to get, this January or this summer, he's going to get a big boy striker. A big boy striker. We all know it's coming. Whether it be Vlahovic or Haaland or Kane or Lewandowski, he's going to get a big boy striker. We know it's coming. This was the best time to try and catch City, and we bottled it. Whether it be Klopp, whether it be the owners, as a collective, they have bottled it. Liverpool Football Club have bottled it. To catch City, we bottled it. 100 mil on Jack Grealish. They didn't even need Grealish. But they said, you know what? Let's stay ahead of the game a little bit. Let's go and get him so no one else can. Here's 100 mil. Just take it. We don't do that. We can't even tie up Salah's contract, bro. He's the best player in the world. Can't even tie up his contract.
Oh, well, might as well just forget about it then, isn't it?
Boy. And I'm not even disrespecting Pep here because I've not once called Pep a rubbish manager. I've said Pep's top 2 in the world. But when you're top 2 and then you're given the resources, what do you expect man to do? If you're Usain Bolt, you already know he's fast, but you go and give Usain Bolt steroids, you think anyone's catching him? Ever. No. That's what you've just done with City. You've given Usain Bolt steroids. Good luck catching him now. I'm going to read out these super chats. I'm going to read out his super chats, and then unfortunately we have to do player ratings, which is not something I'm looking forward to. Lucid said Sadio Mane is not good enough anymore. Villain says typical trend after Christmas. We're showing symptoms of goal drought. Hope I'm proven wrong with the Chelsea game. Yeah. Jamrock says title race isn't over yet. City will slip up. Jamrock also goes on to say some hard decisions need to be made on some of the players. Agreed. Mr. Dare I Say It Drift says this is all on 50% on FSG, 40% on Klopp, 10% on the players. Genie Houdini says Drift, 1 Prem and 1 Champions League are big accomplishments. I'm frustrated with our organisation. We are wasting Klopp, in my opinion. After Klopp leaves, we can no longer paper over the cracks. We are in trouble. Our owners don't love us. Lee says, I beg you, we shot Thiago. Never fit. When he gets an injury, takes centuries to recover, and he gives the ball away for jokes. He wasn't even playing today. Exactly. On a positive note, Matt, it was amazing. Yeah, I can't say I agree with the first 3 quarters of that, Lee, bro. But you're entitled to your opinion, my brother. Math says, Cal, Klopp's going to get it from me tonight. Pause. Pause indeed. Pause indeed. The only person getting any in my household is the missus still. Dean says, everyone knows we're going to play 2. Sadio Mane, is that Sadio Mane old? Oh, same-ish, different day. Jamrock says Guardiola is slightly better than Klopp, but he's also a different manager than Klopp with man management. He really doesn't have favourites like Klopp. Agree with that. Promo says Klopp is too sentimental, brings on 36-year-old Milner to try and get a goal. He does things like this way too often. Pep is ruthless, i.e. Grealish, Foden situation. Agreed. He's also allowed to be ruthless because he can say to a man, I'm going to go and splash out on someone.
Although, guys, Milner was the one who set up the equalising goal to knock Leicester out the cup. So, like, you still can't just always act like because he's not a superb attacking player, he couldn't contribute in some way to.
But Milner started that game and you couldn't bring him off, Drift.
Milner still has the ability to do some form of creativity. So I don't think a defensive player for a defensive player was the worst decision in the world. It's a bit strange when you're chasing a goal, but I don't think it's the worst decision in the world. Like, it literally just went like for like. He went, you're on a yellow, I'm going to bring you off, bring on a player who's not on a yellow, and you're playing in the same position. Do you get what I mean? Like, I think that one was just weird because people don't want to see Flacco come off. But if you really deep it wasn't the worst thing in the world what he did. Like,
I'll agree to disagree on that, bro. Gangan Deep says Klopp reminds me of Wenger. It's scary times. Yeah, there is a Wenger about there. He has got Wenger tendencies, put it that way. AJ says just joined, so not sure if it's been said, but the gap could be 12 points by the time we play Chelsea. Imagine it.
Yep, I've said it plenty of times.
Motor Ali says Pep rotates to keep them hungry. Players are fighting for the place in the starting 11. We don't have that competition in our squad. Agreed. Jamrock says disagree. 18-19 is also on Klopp and the players. To an extent, I agree with that. L Lad says Klopp did say he was happy with the squad. He did. Kedge Serij says Pep's backing is unfairly used against him. I'm a Chelsea fan and I've seen my team splash 200 million in one summer and not improve. Money isn't everything. Agree. It's not.
Very good point.
It does help a lot though. Kadir says, got another fly in here. We're going to see me clap my hands soon. I'm not going to lie. Kadir says, 100% agree with everything Cal said. I also blame those deluded fans that back FSG. Again, I'm not even going to lie. I don't have a problem with fans who back FSG. I don't have a problem with fans who dislike FSG. As long as you articulate yourself and you can explain why. But when you blindly follow one side or the other, that's when I have an issue. Callum says, so depressed right now. I'm genuinely thinking I take Bowen and Emmanuel Dennis. Not as first choice, but I mean,
I wouldn't take them full stop, bro. We're not that bad. We're not that hard up.
Mr. Dare I say it just says Cal facts on facts. I think I've got a few more super chats to get through. Bear me a sec. Tiago 6 says we should have won. We deserve to lose today. We spent no money in the summer. What else do you expect? I never felt we would win the title this season. We still in other competitions chill. Yeah, the season's not done as far as Liverpool Football Club, but the league is going to be such a tall order now. It's unreal. Slaros 1 says, still can't believe we let Genie and Shaq and no replacements go. No ambition at this club. We're FSG successful before Klopp, 80% on them. They hit the jackpot. I agree with that. Ahmad says, angry and disappointed at the same damn time. Blew the league. I feel like a pwn in the third world. Cop, when he finds it's ratty, is a criminal. Yeah, I hear that, bro. I hear that. Big up to yourself as well, Ahmad. You know why I'm saying that. A special big up to you. LFT Sports TV says, I'm blasting Klopp on my channel. Yeah, we're going to be doing the same shortly. Well, I can only speak for myself. I am going to be not happy with Mr. Jurgen at the moment at all. Ace on Industry says Klopp isn't ruthless enough with rotation. Agreed. Kezi says 100% win record with Thiago, 36% without him. Yeah, I don't think that's a coincidence. I don't think it's 100% win record, by the way. It's in the 90s, but I don't think it's 100%. So if I'm not mistaken, he played against Leeds last season and we drew that game 1-1. I think that's the only blemish on his record, if I'm not mistaken. All right, it's that time. We're looking forward to player ratings. It should be fun. Oh boy. Alison Drift, what are you giving Ali?
6.
I'm giving Ali a 5. He had one thing to do today. One main thing to do today, and he didn't do it.
He wasn't at fault for the goal, but it was poor goalkeeping, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's a 5 for me. Trent.
6 again.
I actually would give Trent a 7. I thought Trent was good today.
In the first half, he was brilliant, but second half.
What more from right back could he really have done, though, Drift? Even his corners, bruv. Like, he was creating from his corners as well. There's not much more I don't think he could do at right back.
Yeah, 7 then.
I've got to see if I can find this man himself. Matip.
9. I thought Matip was brilliant.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I'm not gonna lie, I was ready to go to war for Matip still.
He was definitely Liverpool's man of the match.
Yeah. I was ready to go to war for Matip still, Drift. I'm happy you said that. You just saved 10 minutes off this show still. Virgil.
6.5.
I've got Virgil as a 7 as well. I think like they would remember the Vardy challenge and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, that was good still. I think he was a lot more at fault from the goal than I think you realise. He really should have blocked that shot, bro.
I hear what you're saying.
You know what it was, bro? It weren't even so much block. He should have engaged. This is what I say, like, bro, engage the pussy, man. Like, you're just standing off and just watching the brother have the shot. I'm sorry. I know Virgil's normally all calm and collective and makes the right decisions. But in that scenario, don't back up and let him have the shot, man. Engage. If a man is in your box, you do not let him pull the trigger.
You can't block every shot though, Drift. And obviously,
no, but if you see the replay, bro, he got in front of him and could have blocked him. I'm not saying that it was one of them ones where like it's his fault just because he didn't block. On the replay, I'm watching. I'm like Virgil just did one of them things where you just put your hands behind your back and you watch and you wait to see what he's gonna do, bro. Just engage him and make the I don't know, man. It just looked a little bit nonchalant to me. So
what did you say for Virgil? You said 6.5, innit?
Yeah, I would have given Virgil a 6.5. Yeah.
As you know, there are no 6.5s here, Drift.
Yeah, I know.
So what are we giving him then?
Give him a 7 then.
Simicast.
Give Simi a 7. It was good. His end product was a bit wasteful today compared to normal, but
we say that, Drift, but again, from corners, he put quite a lot in the box from corners. He also is crossing as well. It's just there's no one in the box. You can't be expected to pick someone out every time, in my opinion. I think a lot of time you put the ball into a dangerous area and your attackers are meant to do the rest, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I agree with 7.
7.5.
I agree with 7. You want a 7.5 for Kop-Ish, yeah?
Yeah. He did play well. He's a lot better than most of the others.
Fabinho.
First half he was really good. Second half, that's the thing as well, bro. Like I know people were a bit like, hold on, Milner. But it wasn't like Flacco was playing well in the second half. So again, maybe Klopp thought to himself, you're not even playing that well, and I don't want you to get booked because you're overstretching or something because you're not playing well. Let me protect you. I don't think it was the worst decision in the world to bring Milner on for Fabinho. You know, I really don't.
I
think it's the frustration of us not winning the game why people think that.
I'll be honest, I think it was a terrible decision.
Yeah, I disagree, but I'll give Flacco anywhere between a 6 and a 7 because his first half was good, but his second half wasn't. So, yeah,
I think 7 is fair. Where's Flacco? Where are you, Flacco? There you are. Hendo.
Again, I think Hendo was a 6 or a 7. He wasn't brilliant. He wasn't poor. He had some shots that were really crap, but I'm not going to judge a man for having a pop because we always say, why don't any of our midfielders shoot? So when they do, I'm not going to shout at him for it. But if you take away the poor shooting, he was still doing all right. Like his passing was doing all right. He was running around. It wasn't great. Wasn't bad. 6 or a 7, somewhere in there.
See, there's where we're going to disagree, bro. I'll be honest, Drift. We want players to shoot from outside the box, but if they keep on missing, then it has to be addressed.
There were half volleys as well. They weren't easy shots.
But he didn't need to do 3 half volleys, bro.
Yeah, but bro, I kind of feel like that's what we do need. People to have a shot. If the ball's falling in the box and there's a crowded area and there isn't an obvious pass to make, have the shot. You never know. That's
It
how
doesn't have
goals
to
are
be.
scored,
It doesn't
bro.
have to be an obvious pass though. But if you've done
That's how
two,
goals are scored, bro. You have shots, man.
no, but Drift, if you score two, so if you take two half volleys and they both go high and wide, the third one, the ball's meant to come to you and you're meant to say, I'm going to probably lay this off to someone. Like, you can't just keep on taking shots from outside the box, them not going in, and then commend him for continuing to do it.
I'm never gonna have a problem with people having shots on goal because it's something we don't do. So
Yeah, but maybe there's a reason why we don't do stuff like that. Again, these aren't just shots on goal, bro. These are half volleys. This is one of the hardest, most difficult techniques. If you're not about that life, bro, don't force yourself to do it.
yeah, but is that what we're gonna judge him for the whole game on
Not
though?
the
Just
whole game, but also for me, he let Luke. He was a lot at fault for that goal as well, because the pass that was made from Lukeman to their left back, in my opinion, if Hendo's not ball watching, he cuts that pass out. Then Lukeman runs beyond him, and Hendo's jogging. Like your centre midfielder, you're meant to be covering that space when Trent goes forward. For me, he wasn't as good as Flacco today. He wasn't as good as Trent. He wasn't as good as Costas. For me, the best he can get is a 6. I'm tempted to give Hendo a 5.
all right.
I don't think Hendo was great today.
No, I don't think he was great. I just don't think he was crap.
I think he was average at best.
All right.
Should we meet in the middle then and give him a 6?
No, give him a 5 then. I'm not gonna argue. It's not like he was really good and I'm gonna argue him up or anything.
This is where we might split the fans now. Ox.
Well, if Hendo gets a 5, then I'll say Ox has got to be a 5 or a 6 as well. Then.
I think Ox was better than Hendo. And I'll be honest, this is where I've got to kind of hold people accountable in the chat, because rightly you guys hold me, Matt, and Driftly accountable. When we say something that you don't agree with or you think is a wild take, you're the first to come in here and tell us about it. And that's why we love you guys. But I saw loads of people screaming for Naby Keita to come on and replace Ox. I saw it with my own eyes. And the moment they saw Naby didn't do well or didn't say anything, it went quiet. That's all I'm going to say on that. Ox came off, it was still 0-0. Ox did not have a bad game. Was he great? Absolutely not. In my opinion, Ox was better than Hendo. Only slightly, though.
Yeah, 5 or 6 for Ox.
I'll probably have to go 5. There's no 5.5. Silly man put this together and didn't do half marks, man. Salah.
Boy, everyone seems to think I've got some agenda that is obvious. I don't. So I always know if I say anything about Salah, it's going to get taken the wrong way. But that might be one of the worst games Salah's had in the Liverpool kit.
It's up there.
Especially compiled with the fact that he missed the penalty. And again, I don't want to pile on him. Anybody can miss a penalty, so I really don't want to pile on him. The only thing I will say about it is that set the tone for the game, to be fair. Missing that penalty is why we lose the game in the confidence-wise.
I disagree with that, Drift. The penalty came earlier.
About not the actual action itself, of course not. But I mean, that goes in, everything's lifted. Leicester have to chase the game. They can no longer sit behind the ball. And then we probably maybe even catch them on a break and maybe even hit a 2-0 win or something like that. So, of course, missing a penalty is not why we lost the game, but it really set the tone for the rest of the match for me. I think we looked worse and worse from the moment we missed the penalty. So, it's still a pivotal moment in the game. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he started to over-try after that, I feel, to make up for it. Boy. 3.
I'd have given him a 4, but either way, he's in the same category.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the worst games Salah's had in the Liverpool. He didn't do anything. Like he literally didn't.
He did have another shot after that, which Casper made a phenomenal save. To be fair,
Which one?
Casper made like a fingertip save to tip over the bar. It's like a real. It was a snapshot.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
was that Salah?
Yeah, that was Salah.
Okay, yeah.
Jota.
Was he much better than Salah?
I'll be honest. Jota might be in 0 to 2.
Oh no, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far.
5-yard passing was off from Jota today.
A 0 to 2. I wouldn't go that far.
5-yard passing was off from Jota today. There was a spell for about 10 minutes in the second half. Jota couldn't even find a man.
Yeah, he was completely a yard off it today still. Boy, I'm not even gonna lie. 1 to 2 sounds harsh.
All right, I'll go 2 to 4, but 0 to 2. I'll go 2 to 4, but I'm gonna be real. I think Salah had a better game than Jota today.
I mean, that's 6 and 2 threes for me. But
is it? He won the penalty. Yes, he missed the penalty, but he also was doing more. He was able to string passes together. And
boy, I'll leave it up to you, but put Jota where you want.
I'll put him in poor as well. I'll put him in the same as Salah. Not even to try and call anyone out. I'm not doing a whole back and forth. Once again, you know what I'm on. I'm on this accountability thing. Jota 2, but Henderson a 5. The favoritism on this channel reeks. Please articulate to me how Jota played better than Henderson today, if that's what you think. That's what I'm asking.
What gives me joke is when people say that we're being biased, but they have agendas. That always makes me laugh. I'm not gonna lie, because an agenda is a bias. So.
Marquez right. Jota did assist Mane for the shot he missed. Yeah, I'll put him in poor. Mane.
4 or 5. He was the better of the 3, but obviously
I disagree. He was the better of the 3 in the first half. Second half, he was the worst of the 3.
The miss was obviously terrible. He can't miss that.
Wasn't just that, it was heading.
No, I definitely think with Jota and Mane's headers, you were being overly harsh. It was high and they were full stretch, bro.
Watch them back drift.
If it hits the top of your head and you're at full stretch, it's too high for you, bro. Like,
or you've jumped too early, or you've missed time, or you've jumped too late. You've mistimed your jump.
Nah, bro. If the ball hits the top of your head and you're at full, like if you go and watch both back, both Jota and Mane were fully extended at contact with the ball. They're just short. There was nothing they could do, bro.
Bro, watch them back. Mane and Jota both got forehead onto the ball. But
they
directed it. No, it was a forehead drift. They directed it wrong, especially Jota's one.
I feel like you're being a bit harsh there, but
Mane's passing in the second half, his first touch in the second half, his misses, like
probably in the same category as Salah and Jota. You know what I mean?
If I'm being honest, I'd have probably given Salah a 4, Jota a 3, and Mane a 2 based on today.
I disagree with that totally.
Front, never have I seen the front 3 in all awful. I can't remember. I mean, maybe the Brentford game, they might have all been in all awful or poor. Sorry, that's bad. I mean, all your attackers are in poor.
That's why we didn't win the game. That's why we didn't win the game. The front 3 weren't good enough. I've never seen all three of them off at the same time. It was actually really weird.
Substitutions, Milner.
4 or 5.
You give him a 5. Naby.
I don't even want to pile on Naby because he's been
It's
brilliant.
not piling on. It's just
no, because I know people get carried away and stuff. I don't think Naby did anything of any significance. I'm trying to remember if he had any moment of significance. I don't think he did. And did he? Is it just me or did he?
He had nothing, Drift.
He's got to be a 3 then, isn't it?
Yeah. Night and day from his performance last week.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Mad.
Night and day. Like I'm not being funny. People slate Tielemans for not having an engine and all these things. Tielemans looks like he had more in the tank than Naby did, and Naby's had a rest. Tielemans dominated the midfield when he came on. It's embarrassing. Bobby did F all.
Yeah. How long was he on the pitch for?
Let me see if I can find out. Bobby did absolutely F all when he came on. Bobby came on. I'm trying to find the minute he came on. Bobby came on in the 70th minute. He had 20 minutes. He had enough time to do something. He was nowhere to be seen today. Probably saw him touch the ball maybe 3 or 4 times in the whole game. I'm gonna be honest, Bobby's in 2 to 4 as well.
Yeah, he didn't do anything. It's kind of mad still. You were saying that he was the one you felt like the game needed, and then when he came on, he was just like...
Yeah, but when he came on, behind him was Milner and Naby, with all due respect to them. He should have been the first.
That's not a reason why he should...
No. When I was saying he should come on, should have been at 0-0.
Yeah, but I mean, whoever's playing behind him still doesn't mean that he can't get on the ball and try and do something.
Yeah, but when the ball's coming to you slower and then the other team's more deep with you having less space to play in and around, it makes life a lot more difficult. Bobby comes on instead of Milner being the first substitution. In my opinion, we give ourselves a much greater chance of winning that game. Sorry, who was the first substitution? First substitution was Naby, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, for me, that should have been Bobby. Bobby should have been the first substitution.
What, for Ox, though?
Yeah. If you're going to take off Ox, then Bobby's the first choice, in my opinion. Or you take off one of Jota and Mane and you put Bobby in the hole.
There's still a part of me that feels like bringing off Ox is probably a bad decision.
It was only a bad decision because of what was implemented after it.
Saying we didn't look like we were losing the midfield when Ox was playing. I know that might coincide with Tielemans and Lookman coming on, but it is a bit mad that after Ox went off, we lost the midfield, and that's how we ended up losing a goal.
Oh boy. What does Klopp get today?
3.
Agreed. I didn't have a problem with the starting lineup.
No,
in-game management and tactics were shocking today. Absolutely shocking today. Absolutely poor. Expect way better from Klopp.
The thing is, I I don't like saying these things because people think that I'm just being negative or pessimistic. But because of the way we beat Leicester, I kind of knew there was a big possibility we wouldn't win today, just on like fate and just life and how things are. And you very rarely beat a team twice in 4 days or a week or whatever. Like it's quite difficult to like for that to be the case. So I was a bit worried about this game for that reason. And then on top of that, I don't like the fact that we've got the 2 away games as well. So I was worried about points with the Leicester and the Chelsea both away within the 5 days or whatever. And then look, we've already messed up in the Leicester game. Like, so now the Chelsea game's got even more pressure.
Agreed. LTAB says Trent didn't follow the run. Watch it again, please. I agree, Trent. But for me, in that particular situation, when Lukeman turns and plays the pass, he's run past. He's already in front of Trent. He's run past Henderson. I don't want to see anyone running past my midfielders who are meant to be covering ground. Like all 4 of them. So Trent, Hendo, Virgil, and Elliott fought for the goal. But for me, Hendo could have cut it off at the source. And he usually does. Rarely do we get done like that. Rarely do teams score goals like that against us because Henderson or whoever plays right-hand side of midfield usually deals with that. So...
You know what's weird, Cal? This has happened a few times. Brentford... what was the other game where we looked drunk? You know, like I make the joke like we went on a bender the night before. Like it was a little bit like that today, a little bit, innit? Like players just looking off the pace a bit, and it's weird. Like we have these before, and they're all away as well, which is starting to make me think: is it something to do with the traveling or something? But we've had a couple games this season where you look and you go, these men look drunk. Or like they look like they've been awake for 24 hours and they haven't had any sleep. And it's weird. And these performances are massively going to cost us because I think it is the West Ham game, the Burnley game, and now the Leicester game, where it wasn't even just the result. In the game itself, we just looked sluggish and slow, as I said, and stuff. And it's like, yeah, man.
Is it complacency? Is it complacency? Because a lot of those players know they'll play regardless.
It could be complacency,
and it might not even be on purpose. It probably a lot of times people think complacency is something that's done on purpose. A lot of time being complacent is just a human nature thing. Like we are humans. Like again, we have to remember that they're not robots; they're humans. Like
I'm looking at the Jota like performance, and I'm like, he never looks not sharp in the box. Do you know what I mean? Like today, like he was taking touches he didn't need and stuff. And I was just like, he Jota looks off the pace here. It was weird. It was like I don't know, man. We look half asleep. We actually look half asleep, man.
Ty says, I don't know why you can't see how bad Trent is at tracking back. He's been jogging when getting back into position for months now, a proper liability. I gotta disagree, Ty. Like before that goal went in, Trent did nothing wrong defensively.
And I think he does track back quite a lot. I think that's a bit unfair to say.
But you've also got to understand his starting position is very different to every other right back in world football, pretty much. Aditya says Flacco was on 4 yellows. I agree, but what I said in the game, Aditya, was I'd rather Flacco stayed on and got a yellow card and we win the game than him come off and we lose the game. Because the Chelsea's not a guarantee. No game's a guarantee. Well, let's win the game we're playing now. And Flacco being on the pitch gives us a better chance of doing that than Milner in that position.
But remember, at that point, they were just sitting deep. So Flacco's not needed, but he might get a yellow for a counter-attack tactical foul or something.
But let's not act like Flacco can't pick up a pass as well, though, Drift, bro.
Yeah, but so can Milner. This is what I'm saying. We're being disingenuous. Milner was
but from a quarterback position,
he's capable of passing the ball well.
No, but from a quarterback position, though, Drift, that's Fab's bread and butter.
Yeah, but I still don't think it was the worst decision in the world.
And let's not act like Milner wasn't making silly challenges that Flacco probably wouldn't have made.
Yeah, but that's hindsight. I think the actual initial decision wasn't the worst thing in the world. Because if he'd have got a yellow and missed the Chelsea game, we'd be livid.
I'd have been all right with it if we had won the game, Drift.
I still wouldn't be, because the Chelsea game is more important.
It's not now. It's not, bro.
No, he's more important. Again, he was more important against Chelsea than Leicester.
Well, clearly not, bro, because we lost this game.
No, but if I'd have said to you, bro, Flacco can only play one game, you would have definitely thought we could beat Leicester's midfield without Flacco.
I would have thought so, but during the game, that opinion changed very quickly because we weren't doing what we should have been doing, bro.
Well, we were actually winning the midfield battle.
When he was on the pitch.
No, before Tillemans came.
Thank you, Clark, for your super chat. Keep the faith, lad. You'll never walk alone. Trying to, bro. Henry says the problem isn't the nonchalance at the end. We're too complacent when the game is 0-0. That is true. Ty says drift. It's the result of seasons of burnout. It's true again.
I mean,
it's true again. Oh man.
When we was chasing the goal today as well, yeah, like when it got to the point where like we really did need the win, need to score the goal. Sorry, those are the times when I do think to myself, as much as I back Taki, as in like I don't think he's as bad as everyone else says he is. And I feel like he has had some brilliant moments in the Liverpool kit in the League Cup, and they can't be like ignored. I look at it and I think, what is the point in him being at the club if Klopp's not going to bring him on when we're goal?
No, he was injured, bro. He wasn't even on the bench.
Oh, was he not on the? Oh,
no, he wasn't even on the bench. But again, no disrespect to Taki. If we're just spamming crosses in the box, what could he have done?
Well, he scored the other day, so.
No, but that wasn't spamming crosses as such.
Kind of was. It was like a deep quarterback cross, and he took it down on his chest. Brilliant.
I suppose.
If he was injured, then fair enough. But when he wasn't coming on, I was thinking, no point having this guy. And
I'll be honest, bro. Even looking at the subs Klopp made today, bro, I don't think Taki would have come on.
Yeah, maybe not.
But even if Taki was on the bench, like, bro, Milner and Kate were his first substitutions, bro.
You know what?
Two centre midfield came on to try and get us a goal, bro.
Is this the type of game, bro? Yeah, where we have to actually think to ourselves, it's really time, like really time to get a creative midfielder. Like this isn't a joke anymore. I know we say it and we say things and whatever. Like you see, like Maddison. You know how he can just get hold of the ball and he can just make something happen. Same way Grealish did for Villa and just those little things. And I just think it's not even cliche to say it anymore. Where like, I'm sick and tired of this now. I want a midfielder in our team who's like that. I want one of those reliable midfielders that you're just like, give him the ball and he will do something. Because if I'm being completely honest, and this isn't me being reactionary, as good as our front players are, I feel like when they have bad games, they're not the type of players who will still kind of like it's like they'll play like today or they'll be sensational. We don't get many great areas with our attacking players. And what you get if you've got like that kind of creative player is he might have like De Bruyne, for example, he'll have a really bad game, but he'll still make one incisive pass and you'll be like, and that's why you kept him on the pitch. Do you know what I mean?
We kind of have that with Salah. My problem is I think we need a striker, Drift.
No, but Salah's a forward. So no, even if he can do that, he's the one who's supposed to be scoring the goals. So we can't have him always doing both. Like we need someone deeper than him who's creative. I'm sick of the creativity having to come from the front three. I need a creative player now in the midfield who takes the ball and just does a bit of magic in a game like today. And we're really crying out for that, man.
I think we're more crying out for a striker, bro.
But what service would he have got today, bro? You know what I mean?
Got service from bro. I'll be honest with you. Haaland or Vlahovic on the end of those Jota and Mane chances, we score one of those.
Well, but that's because he's like a foot and a half taller, bro.
Oh, they're just better in the air, bro.
Oh, I don't know, bro. Would you say Haaland's better than Jota in the air, bro?
Yes.
No, bro. Let's not just do this because his name's Haaland. Is Haaland better than Jota in the year? Bro?
Yes, Drift.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think Jota's amazing.
Yes, but Haaland's better.
I don't know if I agree with He's
I'm not
taller,
saying
so he would
I'm
have
not
probably
saying
gotten
look.
the end of those chances from his height.
I'm not saying look. People are saying Haaland misses chances. Every single player in history of football has missed chances. But we also know Haaland's strike ratio is just dumb. Like, it's
Yeah, but his
dumb.
head is not better than Jota's, bro.
I think it is, and
I
I
just
think,
think his
and I
height
think,
would have
and I
helped.
think, and I think Jota's excellent in the air. I just think Haaland's better in the air.
I disagree with that.
I think Vlahovic is better than Jota in the air, and yes, they've got physical advantages which go a lot to helping, but they have those advantages. I just want us to have a striker where we can have a game like today, but our striker bags a brace, and then we're like, "Huh, how did that happen?"
Yeah, because if Haaland had scored today playing for Liverpool, it would have probably just been a turn on the edge of the box and a clot in the top corner.
Or he would have scored one of the chances that Salah or Mane missed.
I mean, again, yeah, you never know, innit? But you probably would have.
Jamrock says Klopp didn't use Coutinho as a 10 either. He won't. Yeah, again, couldn't really use.
He did sometimes,
but again, he was having to play Coutinho wide because we had no one until we got Salah. So. Ty says even if we got a creative midfielder like that, we would run him into the ground and make him injury prone. Besides, Klopp is too stubborn tactically. That's an argument to be had there. Ronaldinho Goat says underestimated Robbo. Semicas is as slow as Alonso. Oh, whoa. Disagree with that, bro.
Yeah, disagree with that, bro.
Lord Walker says, to be honest, we haven't had that kind of midfielder since Coutinho. Agreed. Elisa says, Cal, even Haaland said his heading could be better. Again, I think he can improve on his headering. I just think he's slightly better than Jota right now as at headering. But I still think Jota is excellent at headering. But he has a physical advantage on him. Fire Blaster says Liverpool don't have the midfield. City does. 4 out of 5. Yeah.
I just feel like I just don't like the fact that we lack that creativity. And when I look at the City team, I know they're possession-based team, so they've got different types of players. So it would make more sense for them to have creative players. But the fact that they've got Bernardo, Grealish, and De Bruyne, who are creative
Odin
in the midfield, gives them a massive advantage.
But they got a bag of creative players, bro.
No, but I mean, I'll say those are the 3 key creative midfielders.
Even Rodri's creative, bro.
To a degree, yeah. No, but Rodri's about the same level of creative as like Fabinho, isn't it? It's not like he's like.
I'm not gonna lie, he might be more creative than Fabinho. I think Fabinho is better, but I think Rodri might be more creative, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, bro. Rodri's sick, bro.
No, Rodri's good, but I don't think I'll say he's more creative than Flacco. But again, it's just the fact that like even Foden's bloody creative. I know
I'm saying, bro, Cancelo's creative as hell, bro.
Yeah, it's mad. They've got so much creativity in their team. It's mad. It's actually mad.
Gundogan. I forgot about Gundogan, bro.
I wouldn't call him creative.
What? You wouldn't?
No, I wouldn't call him creative.
Gundogan is dumb creative, bro, when he wants to be.
Gundogan is a bloody good player. I don't know if I put him in the creative bracket.
Bruv, when Gundogan wants to be creative, he's stupidly creative, bro.
I don't know. He's like a goal scoring. He's a bit of a hybrid, Gundogan.
Oh, man, I'm saying even Edison's creative, bro.
Oh, it's real talk. I have to be honest. I look at the Liverpool team, and as brilliant as our players are, the only real creativity we have in our team is Thiago, Trent, and to a degree Salah.
Elliot's creative.
Yeah, Elliot is. But I mean,
not on the level of them Man City players, but Elliot's creative.
Yeah. So to a degree, Salah, Trent, Thiago, Naby to a degree, I guess, but obviously we just don't know what Naby we're ever gonna get. And then like we're really scratching the barrel after that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and the thing is, some of those players that I'm saying are very unique positioning wise, so it's hard to get them to not be sometimes predictable because as brilliant as they are, the way we play it can be very predictable. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Trent can become predictable because of the position he plays, being a right back and all that. So some of the, you know what I mean? Sometimes we're quite predictable in that way. And in a game like today, when you need that unpredictability, we just weren't able to pull it off. But we need someone more creative in the midfield for me. I like the fact that we've got creative width. I just want creativity down the middle now.
Agreed. Ronaldinho Goat says, can't fathom this Milner sub. What's the logic? I'm with you, man. Shaq says, poor game / result. Year ended as it began. We move. Oh, don't bring us back to the beginning of 2021, please. Jamrock says, that's why City create more chances than we do. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. We still create chances. This is what I'm saying. A striker might be even better for us than a... It's like, let's not act like today we didn't create a bag of chances. We created a bag of chances. You had Salah's penalty. Salah's shot that Schmeichel tipped. Had Virgil's chance. Had the 2 headers from the corners. Had Mane's chance. Had another Mane chance. Like, that's 7 chances. Like, we create chances. Maybe not on a scale of a Man City, but we still create chances.
I think what it is, we create chances that are slightly harder to score. City create the type of chances where it's so good, it's like a guaranteed goal almost. Isn't it?
I hear that, but Drift, even when we go back to the Brentford game, yeah, we drew that game 3-3. Let's not forget Salah was 1-on-1 with my man and decided to try and lob him and it went over the bar. Let's not forget Jota had a shot that was saved at point blank, which he could have just dinked over, man. Even in a game where Brentford battered us from pillar to post, we come at that game, we drawn that. The Brighton game, in that first half, bro, we should have been out of sight. So it's, again, for me, yes, City do create higher quality chances, I get, but the chances we're creating, they should still be goals. Like one-on-ones and penalties should be goals. So for me, it's because I hate to say it, and we scored a bag of goals this season, but there's that little bit of killer instinct that we lack. Like even the Man United game, we're 5-0 up and we took our foot off the gas, bruv. That's one thing I'll say about Man City. They're looking to slap in 7 or 8 in that game. We stop playing. We go 3-0 up, and that's pretty much it for us a lot of the time.
No, I don't mind that because you don't want to burn yourself out, but
that's a mentality thing, Drift. Who said you'll burn yourself out, bruv? You just keep on playing how you're playing.
No, but running hard at 3-0 up is an unnecessary muscle pull or exertion of energy. So I like the killer instinct, but I don't necessarily have a problem with not playing hard as possible.
If that's the case, then Drift, you know what you do? You bring off players off the bench. If you don't want your quote-unquote first 11 to get injured, bring on your Origis at 60 minutes when the game's 3-0 and let him go and run himself in the ground because he wants to prove himself to you. Let him go and bag a brace then. Let Minamino come on and bag a goal so he says,
I agree.
At the Arsenal game, bruv, we took off a man. Minamino came on and said, I want to get in a bit of this. Scores a goal.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Dad says, we based our team off intense workhorses, but they have been running to the ground. Years of playing the same players, a lot of minutes is catching up. Indeed, hence why we needed to freshen things up. Asen says, less creatives, though, means faster transitions. That's true as well. Pep did say that. Ty, I still can't get over Matip being our best ball carrier. Yeah, he is. I can't even deny it. Scoop says, according to Klopp, the press is our best playmaker. Time to rethink tactics. Again, we can say that, but again, how many times did we beat Leicester's press in the first half? And what happened? We did nothing from it.
It is true, though. It is time to stop doing the whole winning the ball, hype the pitch is the best way for us to score a goal.
I disagree, Drift. I just think we should have an alternative. I don't think we should stop that being our game, but when it's not working, we should have an alternative, and that's the problem. We don't have one.
Maybe. I would rather that was the backup and we had a new, more possession-based, creative way of playing, if I'm being honest. But, yeah.
That's fair, dudes. Shaq says we can't attack faster. We're not Liverpool. That was Pep. And Jamrock says it's a mentality that breeds killer instincts drift.
Well, one thing you could say, once we achieved everything that we wanted, that might have been slightly where the mentality was harder to motivate.
And that's where you freshen people up and you freshen the squad to keep people thinking. Hence why buying Jota and Thiago and Tsimikas was a good move, but you still needed a centre-back that summer. We were left short. And obviously the injuries didn't help. But I think if we put it this way, if we had signed Konate or another centre-back a year earlier, we don't win the league with all the injuries we had, but we don't scrape top four. We comfortably finish second. And we still potentially give City a little bit of a title race. Mr. Dare I Say It just says we've actually created more big chances than City. That doesn't surprise me. Zabiri says, I'm not using this game as a catalyst for Milner out, but surely our style of players passed Milner after we won the league. We need a bad boy number 7. I think I agree. Love Milner, but if we're playing this fast-paced type of football, Milner's not the one to be playing that right now. Ronaldinho goes
more reliable than some others, though.
More reliable, agreed. Hence why we should be signing a couple midfielders. Like we've been saying this. Ronaldinho Goat says Salah creates but needs another Salah to finish. Yeah, arguable. Jamrock says some of our favourites needs to be moved on as well. Agreed. I hate to say it. May have to look at the situation with Bobby, man. May have to look at the situation.
I want a Maverick now. I want this Diaz rumour to be real. I want St. Max to ask to leave, even though Newcastle's got peas. I want a Maverick, man. I want a guy who is just so unpredictable and just electric and just makes everyone else get goals because people are just shook at this brother.
Shouldn't that be Mane, though? Shouldn't that be Salah? Shouldn't that be Jota?
No, but Mane and Salah, that was never truly the way they played anyway, though.
They weren't
that type of player. Not a St. type player where it's literally their game is to just take 2-3 players on.
You could argue Mane was at the beginning when we first signed him. He
had that about him a bit, but it still wasn't his game. He's still very direct. Like I like those type of players that can go in any direction and still be just as effective. And I want the variation in our team. You know
Agreed with that. Ronaldinho Goat says Milner is like playing against your dad in a 5-a-side.
I think it's mad Milner's getting like the stick of like...
Yeah, it's a bit harsh. But again, I get people's frustration. Like we shouldn't be looking to Milner to rescue today's game. Like Milner, in my opinion, is a player you bring on now when you want to see out a game. Not when you're chasing.
I mean, yeah, I hear that.
Star Dazin says corners this season have been abysmal, no aerial threat. I'm a bit surprised we haven't scored more goals from corners. I'm a bit surprised. Can't necessarily put my finger on it because I think majority of the corners we've taken have been good. Yes, there are some dud ones. We saw that today, but yeah. Jamrock says, check the article in the chat, Cal, posted by me. Jamrock, I'm going to be really cheeky and ask you to email it because the chat is very, very fast moving, bro. Because we've got so many people in here, which we are very grateful for, by the way. We've had over 900 of you watching strong pretty much from the beginning. Please, guys, put us on 900 likes minimum. It's not a hard ask, people. Please just scroll up, hit the like button, and then scroll back down. It's the easiest thing you can do, but it's probably the most supportive thing you can do on the channel. So please do it, guys. It really goes a long way to helping us to move forward as a channel. Really goes a long way to boosting our subscriber numbers and stuff, and which will hopefully give us more time to give you guys more content. So please, guys, do smash that like button. as I said, it's the easiest thing you guys can do, but it's probably the most supportive thing you can do. So please do that.
Are Porto through to the next round of the cup? They're not, are they?
I
It was
don't know,
Atletico that came through in it. So Porto.
you gonna do this yourself, Drift? I know where
No,
you're going.
yeah, I'm just looking at this Luis Diaz situation. I was just thinking, beg they bring him in. I want to be real now, man.
Booty the Bear says, Cal, are we out of the title race? We're not out of the race, but I don't think we'll win it.
We'll be out. We're not out of it today, but we'll be out of it tomorrow.
Not out of the race yet, but I don't think we'll win it. And I'm not just saying that based on today. Anyone who watches our shows will know I've had City to win the league from the beginning of the season. I still got us to finish second. I still think we'll finish second, but I'm not celebrating second anymore. I celebrated second when I was 15, 16 when we were putting up poor seasons. With Klopp, I don't want to celebrate second. You know how much I want to go out to Liverpool, meet up with you, Matt, and you and Matt Drift and the rest of our subscribers, meet up with James Redmond and the guys from Redmen TV and Dave's LFC's chats and Saint and Bizzo and Stro, and all of us just go and meet up at the stadium because we're doing a parade, showing off 3 trophies. Do you know how much I want to do that? Oh boy. I'm breaking my diet tonight, man. Bun it.
I've got some rum cake and I'm gonna add some rum to it.
I'm gonna have some cake and sweets before I go to bed tonight. I'm here now, innit? I'm gonna do it, bruv. I'm not gonna drink apple. I'm mixing apple juice with something tonight as well. Who knows, bruv? I might just go mad with it. Mix it with a little bit of OJ. Who knows what it's gonna come with? You knows how it's gonna taste, bro. But little apple juice.
Comfort juice. It does actually work.
Yeah, bro.
Like it does. I don't know if it's is it the endorphins that release when you're happy from the taste or whatever, but like it actually.
As I said, bro, I'm gonna go eat a piece of cake, have some Haribo, and throw in a Steven Gerrard compilation, bro.
I don't want fuck all to do with football.
No, I want to bring ball back to my happy space, bro.
But that.
Jamrock says, I sent it, Cal. Tell me your honest opinion. All right, let me get that for you now, Jamrock. Drifter, you got 5 minutes?
Oh, what, to see what he was talking about? Yeah.
Sorry, Jamrock, I'm gonna be a pain. Where did you send it, bro? Did you email us, Jamrock?
Little man sweet, bro.
Or is he gonna beat me up, bro? Can't beat me up. He's got to deal with it, innit? Until he gets older. My brother used to take my sweets, bro. Like,
I can imagine. You know what? It's always hilarious to see an adult with the kid pack of Haribo. You know, the little one with the little like, should you really be eating those, bro? They're little, man.
Yeah, bro. It is what it is, bro. He can't punch me up, so he's got to take it on the chin, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. When you're asleep, he might be able to give you a hammer fist.
Yeah, Stevie's on that as well, bro. You know he is.
Yeah, bro.
Tahir says, how is this team have a break for one game and perform like that? Where's the urgency to win? If this team thought we beat Leicester, so it would be easy. Yeah, agreed. I was complacent about it. I thought we'd give him a hiding today.
Law of averages, bro. You don't just keep losing. That's what I was worried about.
Jamrock, I cannot for the life of me find your email, bro. Also, that's another thing, people. Don't forget to send in your view for this game. Please do film it in landscape. Please keep it to 90 seconds maximum. Please do that for us, guys. Let me check this spam email. No, it's not. Nothing in the spam either. Jamrock, if you're following me on Insta or Twitter, you can DM me there.
Yeah, we'll have to address it next show.
Yeah. I did want to see the article. I'm devastated by that loss, man. I hate losing games like that.
Yeah,
Absolutely hate it. Now I'm gonna have to deal with rival fans like Guna Lee, formerly known as the artist as Liverpool Lee.
He's already been in a chat talking shit.
I know, but Lee needs to remember that we play each other next month. So,
as I said, Mr. Lee, have a little self-awareness, bro. These Arsenal man all getting all gassed up. They never learn, do they?
Oh, hold on. What's this? Origi Taki out till Feb.
What?
Yeah, what is the situation with Origi as well?
Nah, don't tell me that.
It can't be.
He's playing well. An injury fucks with his momentum.
That can't be right. That can't be right.
The only reason I would want that to be right is because then we would be forced to have to go and buy Diaz.
Drift, we ain't but.
No, Cal. Let me.
Oh, what you mean like last season when we had no centre backs? Yeah.
No. I hear that. I do hear that. But there is no way that the owners and Klopp would be able to get away with no Origi, no Taki, no Mane, and no Salah. Because who would they even play?
Nico. Yeah, that got you in it. That got you. You weren't expecting that one, were you? You don't learn, Drifty. You don't learn, bruv. What more do you want, bruv? You don't learn, bruv. Go get Diaz. You think we're spending 80 million on Diaz, bruv? Diaz. Like, you think they won't play Elliot there as well?
Yeah,
you
but
think Nico won't play there?
Elliot won't be fit.
Says who?
He won't be fit in the next week.
Elliot's going to be our new signing for this. We're going to hear that. We're going to hear that line. We are going to hear that line. Elliot's going to be like a new signing. It's Luis Diaz in January. Do me a favor, Drifty. Do me a favor, bro. You just don't learn, bro. Kai Gordon's there as well, bro. We all might even bring back Sepp Vandenberg and play him in an advanced role, bro. Luis Diaz, bro. Shaq says, Jota, Bobby, Nico up front. Stop this. You Ox will play on the right before we get Diaz. Tahir says, told you the front three are drained. It shows. I said Diaz for 80 million, bro.
So I'm trying to perk myself up before I go to sleep, man.
Bro, you should have drank before you started perking yourself up with talk like that, Drifty, bro. Saying Diaz, that's like me saying, but I think the missus might agree to a little threesome with Beyonce, you know. No, she won't. Ganga Deep says Drift, Ox right wing, Firmino centre forward, Jota left. That is probably what we're going to see. Jamrock says Klopp says he doesn't want unvaccinated players. Yeah, I've seen that. Bit of a political subject that I think that's down to preference. Yeah, I don't know. I have a very different thought process about the vaccine and all that stuff to everyone else, but I don't think this is the platform to air that personally. So I'm not going to get into it. I don't think that's right for me to speak on that. Plus, I'm not an expert on stuff like that as well. I can only go off on the information I actually know, as opposed to what I think.
Danny's made me laugh.
We're more likely to sign Cameron Diaz. No, we ain't.
She might cost more than thingy.
We ain't getting no Diaz. We ain't getting Nate Diaz. We ain't getting Nick Diaz. We ain't getting Cameron Diaz. We ain't getting Luis Diaz. We ain't getting no Diaz. We ain't getting Ruben Diaz. Like, we ain't getting no Diaz. It ain't happening, bro. I'm sorry, Drift. I'll be over the moon if it happened, but it ain't happening, bro. Jamrock says, but that limits your choice of who to get. Potentially, but if I'm not mistaken, am I not right in saying like 90% of other countries, their footballers are vaccinated. 90% of their footballers are vaccinated in their top leagues. That's what I'm hearing anyway. Again, don't know how true it is. Ason says, we will take Andy Carroll or even a finished Aubameyang. We ain't getting Aubameyang either. We ain't paying those wages. Aubameyang comes in, he's top earner at the club. Aubameyang's not coming here for a pay cut. And he's going AFCON as well.
Oh, did Gabon make it?
I don't know, but he'd probably go, and even if they don't, bro, like, probably just go out there and dance and get his hair done, bro. Like, we're not getting Aubameyang.
Oh, well, I'm going to bed, bro. Let's end this.
Yeah, same as I said, bro. I'm gonna go cut some cake and mix some apple juice with something other juice and just make a night of it, bro. Just switch on and off the light to just have a party vibe. But no, people, please do smash the likes. Yes, I would even try Matip as a striker. Best dribbler in the team, bro. And no, thank everyone for watching with us, especially those who are actually feeling the pain like us, the Liverpool fans. If you're a rival fan, enjoy it. It's not often that you get to see us lose. What is our second loss of the season? It's not often you get to see it. It's not like Arsenal where every other week is a loss. But no, thanks for joining us, and keep an eye on the socials for when we're next back. Lord Walker says Taki is muscle tightness, but what's up with Divock? We don't know. But no, until next time, people, stay safe, stay blessed. Thanks for watching. We are Kop-Ish and we are out.
Peace.